Hello and welcome to That Was the Week That Was it? The podcast that has heard what you have to say and we will try to take it on board. Honestly, no, we're not fobbing you off. You made some great points. Yes, you did. Thank you so much. I'm Alex Sivright and joining me for this episode is Hayley Pettit. Hello, Hayley. How
Hello,
are you?
Alex. I'm so happy to be back. So happy.
Good. Was that a delay or was that you just falling off the chair?
No, do you know what that was? That was just I just had to take a moment there because I'm just genuinely so happy to be back. It's a beautiful moment for me.
Well, that's good. That's good. It is a wonderful moment, isn't it? I'm so glad you're back as well. I'm so glad you decided to come back. Great.
Thank you.
So, been up to much since we last spoke?
Oh, loads of stuff. It's all boring, so I won't go there. I did go on holiday. That was nice.
Excellent.
That was nice.
Yeah.
But everything else.
I saw the pictures.
Boring.
Yeah. Well done. Well done, you.
Thank you.
So our guest for this episode is a broadcaster, writer, producer. It's Maia Dunphy. Hello, Maia. How are you?
Hello. It's so funny talking to English people about all the things you do, because in Ireland, if you don't have more than one job, you are effectively unemployable. Whereas in England, they go, how can you work in comedy and factual and entertainment? You go, because we're a very small country and we might punch above our weight, so we think, but you have to do more than one thing. It's funny the difference between the two, but yeah, jack of all trades, as they say.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's good. It's best to have your fingers. Something I heard. Let me rephrase that. Jesus Christ.
You just said have your fingers and then stop.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, you shouldn't stop there.
A very good friend of mine said, use the phrase 10 fingers, 10 pies. And that kind of, yeah.
It's like a very niche porn. I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
It is.
It's a very good friend.
So anyway, you have had quite the illustrious career, haven't you, Maia? You really have.
I don't know.
Yes, you have. I mean, you've done Celebrity MasterChef. You did the other one, Dances with the Stars.
Yeah. The other
Dancing,
one.
yeah.
You know what,
Sorry,
though,
just bear me 1 second. I'm sweating so much in this new room that I've actually got sweat in my eye, and unfortunately, I can't see the script I wrote.
It is rather. Even here, it's quite sweaty. It's very warm here. I've closed all the windows.
Lord. I mean, I want to have the fan on, but it's far too noisy.
Yeah. It's okay. Listen
to that.
Well, I'll just talk whilst you're wiping the sweat from your eyes.
It's lovely. So
Jesus
intimate.
Christ. Oh, right. So, yes, like I was saying, you have had a very illustrious career. You've done Celebrity MasterChef, you've done Dancing with the Stars, you've had your own career like broadcasting and things like that. But there is one question that I really want to ask you, Maia.
Oh, good God. What is it?
It's quite personal, but what's Zig and Zag like in real life?
Oh, well, I don't know what you mean by real life, because they are just two aliens from a planet called Zog.
They are what you see.
They're very juvenile, constantly messing. But yeah, they're just two little colourful aliens from a planet called Zog. So
fantastic.
Very hard to work with, though. Very hard. Never work with children, animals, or aliens.
No, of
Good
course.
Good.
I mean, I ask that question of every single person I have on the podcast, but you're the first person to actually answer it correctly, so that's great.
Well, the funny thing is, with your podcast, I often get, not that I'm anybody of note, but I often get asked to do podcasts where you're talking about personal things. And I always say no, because A, I'd bore myself, and B, I just bore everybody else. But when a cursory Google of your podcast threw up Greg Proops and Mike McShane and Colin Mockery, who on Here's a Small Child, who was being very good.
Oh, there he is.
But and they were essentially my One Direction when I was a teenager.
I know, right? Me too. Me too.
Absolute comedy heroes. And I remember, when I was, say, 14, 15, I looked about 12. So everyone had fake ID, but I had my fake ID to sneak into comedy gigs, because they were usually in, the basement, like sticky floor basement in pubs, or even here, our Olympia. I remember Tony Slattery come to the Olympia Theatre, and you had to be 16. Mm-hmm. And I dolled myself up to a ludicrous extent. I thought, oh my God, so I had my fake ID to sneak into those kind of gigs. So there was Who's Landed Anyway live, Julian Clary, Tony Slattery. So I was probably like 13, 14 at the start of that. But I was obsessed with them.
I mean, I was the same. I was obsessed as well, and thankfully, I got. I mean, if you look at the guest list that I've had for this podcast, it starts with friend, another comedy friend that I've known, a guy that I work with on a thing, and then it's like Colin Mockery, because I'm basically going through my people I know, and Colin Mockery, I have actually worked with him a couple of times before, and it's like, they say don't meet your heroes, but it is very much kind of like, he's such a nice guy. He's so nice.
Oh, that's what I
And
want
I
to
knew-
hear.
I kn-
But do you remember now
Yeah.
that everybody has their, Andy Warhol 15 minutes of fame, everybody can be funny for minutes. But back in those days, like it was an appointment to view those shows. And you had to kind of book the only telly in your house to sit down to watch Whose Lines It Anyway. And there was like Ryan
Yes.
Stiles, Josie Lawrence, all of them. And it was just,
Yeah.
I was obsessed.
Oh, me too. I adored it. I just remember every Friday night.
I thought
Was it
you were
10:30?
crying now, but it's actually just the sweaty eyes, isn't it?
It's just a sweat. I'm just sweating. I'm sweating buckets. I am going to get slowly naked as the show goes on. I mean, the camera might go off. No.
Well, Hayley
but
and I
yeah,
were way ahead. Way ahead of you. Come on, Hayley.
Yeah,
Wait,
totally.
We'll get it started.
Nip or two.
do it. Yeah, no, literally, my eye is causing me issues. Just give me 1 second.
No, it is actually. It is very. It's well.
Oh my
I
goodness
empathise.
me!
I'm not going to
You
lie.
need
I'm
one
not
of
far
those,
behind you here.
First
I'll
aid
tell you what,
kits with a little eye wash,
Yeah, I need something. Definitely need something. But anyway, yes, it's great, isn't it? Having
Well,
like comedy
forget about
heroes
script.
and come in.
The funny thing is, people always talk about things like MasterChef and Dancing with the Stars, which is our version of Strictly, but those things are probably the least important things I've ever done, but the things that people notice and the things, especially people outside Ireland, notice. But I did always say, if I got to the stage where I was asked to do reality TV, people say, which would you do? I always said I would do the cooking and the dancing. So I've done both of those. Now the dancing I absolutely hated, but
I would hate that too.
Oh, good God, Hayley,
Rubbish,
yeah. But you know what? It was one of those things. I was asked to do it, and I said no. And they said, "Look, would you just? It's only a long list. Your name goes on a long, which means it's a whiteboard in someone's office where they put together demographics and women of a certain age, and they go, if we get one who's better than her, we won't have her."
Yes,
so
it's a bit like our guest list for the show. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, flattery.
Token woman,
Get you nowhere.
token woman, around 40. So I said, I'll just say, okay, I'll say yes. I won't get past the long list. And then they said, look, you're in. And I thought, oh, fuck. But then I thought maybe this is fate's way of getting me out to do something. I hate to say it, people are really kind about the show because they can see you're out of your comfort zone. And it's pretty obvious when someone like me who doesn't have dance experience is on telly. And the people who say, oh, I've no dance experience. And they go, oh yeah, I did a few cha-cha lessons when I was 12. Did you? Because I didn't. And someone said to me, you've never done a salsa class like on a hen night? No, that's not what we do on hen nights.
No, that's not what you do on hen nights. Who does that?
No, it's
And
not.
I also wouldn't be the most physically confident person. And because I'm quite petite, people assume I'll have no problem wearing a swimsuit with tassels covering your vagina. And I did. I was concerned by how short and skimpy they're. But what was really good for me? That the first night I asked him to make my costume a bit longer. I got there on the day and my dance partner had it made shorter again. He said, look, Ma, I said, you'll look ridiculous. Like you're only 5'3". If you have like a knee length cha-cha dress, it's fine. And I went out, I danced appallingly, but nobody died, which is kind of my benchmark for everything, really.
Yes.
And I looked fine and no one said I looked ridiculous. So actually it was okay. And so it was, at the end of the day, it was a little bit of a confidence booster because by week 3, you're going back out in your tasseled swimsuit and you're almost used to it. So
yeah. I can imagine. It's not something I'd ever do. I really can't. No. But then they wouldn't ask me because I'm nowhere near that level. I'm not even on any list.
I think I think they. I'm not. Are you on a register somewhere?
I'm not on any list. Okay, I'm not on any list at all.
Moving on.
God,
swiftly.
Yes, we are here to talk about your week more than anything else. We're not getting personal. We're not doing anything like that. Yes. So your week, Maya, back on track.
Yes.
You can tell we've been away for a while, but we're going to do this. Monday, what happened on Monday? I'm starting to strip.
You start on a Monday. I thought maybe with Brexit that you went back to some old English calendar and said, we start our week on Wednesday or something.
Definitely not. There is one extra day, though. There is one extra day, but you're gone.
I like poke fun at Brexit. No, I won't. Let's not go there.
No, you
do you know what's really funny? Because I only sat down an hour before this to try and remember what I did this week. I could tell you what I got for Christmas age 12. But someone says, what'd you do yesterday? I'd have to go and check the CCTV in my local area because I'm actually genuinely not sure. So did I see you going to Spar? You might have. I don't know. Might be an age thing. Might be a post-pandemic thing. I don't know. But so I just scribbled down. So Monday, I'm an ambassador for the hospice in Ireland. And I do their ads, not advertising the hospice. It's like, hey, come to the hospice.
Come to the hospice. It's great here.
Roll up, book your room now. Now let me rephrase that. I do, if you can eat it. But this is awful. This is very dark. But I do their radio ads for fundraisers. So we have there's a big coffee morning every September. You might have the same in the UK, and this is the first year where it's back. So it's lovely to do stuff like that. Look how noble I am. So I did that on Monday, and then after that I skived off with my little boy, and we have our Natural History Museum over here has been closed for the last 2 years for renovations, and it's just reopened. We call it the Dead Zoo in Ireland.
The Dead Zoo.
Yes. And the funny thing about the Dead Zoo is it used to be, I was obsessed with it because it's not quite as fancy as your Natural History Museum in London. It's not as big, but it is look at that, of course not.
Of course it's not, darling.
He wipes the sweat from his eyes. So yes.
No.
Although the giant, the whale that hangs from your ceiling in your History Museum, Natural History Museum, came from Ireland. It was found off the coast of Cork. I think.
It's no fucking dippy though, is it?
Yeah.
No, it isn't. You know what, Hayley? I heard that this thing about Dippy going on tour, it was actually to create more space in that lobby so they could sell events, which makes sense.
Sleepovers.
Yeah, that does make sense.
They do sleepovers, don't they? Not that I've been on one, but
no, they
do.
Big corporate events, huge corporate events that they fill
that sounds
room
better.
full of tables. So
better than a child's sleepover.
More room for tables. Yeah, that's just odd.
Poor Dippy. What a way to be kicked
parenting,
out.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think it's coming back though. But anyway, and years ago when anytime I had a new boyfriend, that's about 3 times in my entire life. But anytime I started dating someone, I would always suggest a pint and then going to the Natural History Museum because it was I don't know, it was just a kind of nice way to gauge somebody.
It sounds better than Netflix and chill, doesn't it? It's like pint and Natural History Museum.
Yeah, but you don't want them in your house on a second date.
Definitely not.
And I'm not that kind of woman. But my point is, I found some of the animals, they're absolutely hilarious. There was like a quizzical platypus for decades because the taxidermy, a lot of it goes back to Victorian times, and that's all quite old. But then the eyes were always odd. There was a certain period in time where they never got the eyes right.
No.
So there was this quizzical platypus who looked like he just left the grill on, and then there was like this orangutan who looked like he'd forgot to hang up on someone he was now talking about. So I would gauge people's reaction about how hilarious they found the bad taxidermy. Excellent. So anyway, we went there on Monday, and then we did a proper kids' day. We went to McDonald's. Nice. And I made a terrible choice because then I ordered one of their new vegetarian burgers, just trying to be noble. And now you know what? Like if you're going to go to McDonald's, have the burger. Just have
a Big Mac. Totally.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what.
And then we went book shopping, and then we went to the cinema. My big thing is I'm obsessed with the cinema, and I want my son to be obsessed with cinema. So I've brought him to cinema almost monthly. Once there was something to see since he was about 12 weeks old.
I love that.
So when he was 12 weeks, we'd go and see like adult films, not adult films. No,
Maya.
No, you know they sorry.
So you got the kids in the trench coats. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm going to ask Maya. Are you on some sort of list?
They have. I am, but they haven't found me yet. So no, they have this thing called mum and baby screenings. So they show normal movies for grown-ups, but with the sound down a little bit and the lights up a little bit, and they're about 11 o'clock in the morning. So you can go and see, if you like the cinema, you can bring your baby and watch your own. It might be a 16s movie, so you can't bring kids that are over 2 because that'd be emotionally damaged. But so yeah, it's not adult films; it's normal cinema. But
that makes sense. That makes sense. I like that idea.
Well, I brought him since he was 2, and he's now 7. So he's seen every single.
Why not?
Every single movie he's seen. So what did we see on Monday? We saw The League of Super Pets.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it's actually very good. The only problem is I can only bring him to kids' movies now because when he's a baby, I could bring him to anything. And some of them are absolutely shit. I'm like, come on, I'm going to write a good kids' movie because some of the stuff they get away with. Awful. Do you know what happens though? I love Twitter. I'm quite active on Twitter, and the only one we ever walked out of was Angry Birds 2. Now we hadn't seen Angry Birds 1, but we still managed to follow the narrative. But that wasn't. It was just so fucking bad. And I put something up and said, "Jesus, the first thing we walked out of." And of course, who finds me? The producer of Angry Birds 2.
Of course.
In some American, and it said, "Well, I'm sorry you didn't like them." It was like delete, or just. And
Oh.
instead of standing up for them going, yeah, well, I'm really sorry, I didn't like it, we walked out, I do that Irish thing where I go, I'm so sorry, sir, and I'll just send you all my money, I'll buy the merchandise, we'll go back and see it again.
I'll go and watch
the same
it
thing.
Maybe I was wrong. I'll go and see it again. I could have been wrong. I could
Give
have
it a
been
second
wrong.
chance.
Happened with
Second date.
the new dog Tanyan. Yeah, and
There's
the
a
new
new
dog
Tanyan.
Well, this is about, we saw this last year, yeah. But
Oh.
I lived in France as a kid for a few years, and the old Dog Tanyan animation that we first saw in France, it's the same animation, it's the same. So yeah, that's been made into a movie, or it was last year, but by a Spanish company. The director is Spanish. So again, I didn't slag. We liked it. We just didn't like it that much. And again, they must have searches on there. I didn't even hashtag it, but he found it. He was like, "Hola," por supuesto. I was like, "Oh no!" It's my question little missed in Spanish saying we really liked it, and it was very true to the original. And now I'm going to go and just jump off a bridge. Just, I think that's about Twitter. You can't. I need to stand over what I say, and you need to always assume that somebody might find their own art and then
100%
pull you up.
That's true.
But Angry Birds 2, bag of shite. Anyway,
stand by it.
Monday.
Well, I like, as I say, I do like the fact that you can have, you can bring your kids to see certain films that that you want to see. That's good. I remember in Clapham they had a dog screening as well, where you could actually bring your dog.
What?
Yeah,
you could bring your dog to the cinema,
but you could only see Isle of Dogs. That's the only one you could see. I remember that.
Sorry, was this just a joke for that punchline? Is it actually
I think
true?
it might have. No. It was probably a promotional thing for that film more than anything else. But yeah, it was just Isle of Dogs. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question about this. What if your dog needs to go poo poo wee wee while the film is on? Do you know when I don't have a dog. Do you know when your dog? Is it like your kid when they start
Well,
moving
I
around?
think you should probably take them beforehand.
Okay.
Take them out,
Yeah, I mean, house trained dogs are fairly good. You go beforehand, and then I don't have a dog now, but I grew up with dogs, so they will kind of go, "Oh, I need to go for shit" or something.
Yeah, although our dog has got to the point now where she will like
I feel better about that now.
Yeah, our dog will actually take a shit in a new house.
Oh, you do have a dog. Well, then you know.
Oh yeah.
Could you edit out my dog impression, by the way? Because that's really. Can you edit out my dog impression there? Because I think I've just let myself down quite badly. That was.
Do you want another go at it? Do you want another run up at it?
Half that. No, it's only gonna get worse, Alex. It's only gonna get worse.
Oh,
amazing!
I'll isolate that and put it at the end or something.
Oh God.
He always says that. Yeah. Right. He won't cut it out. Yeah, no, he loves it. He's going to love it.
Right, terrible. I love crap like that.
Can we just get on to Tuesday, please?
Yes, we can. I want to ask you a question about that plant-based McDonald's food, though. First,
yeah, what did it taste like? Well, it tastes like a plant.
Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to do. There's they have a McPlant, which is supposedly like a Big Mac. But it doesn't. It's not too. It's a little bit dry, but it doesn't have that meaty taste that a burger has. But I didn't have that on Monday. I went for the sort of vegetarian. It was basically 2 veggie nuggets, which is like the contents of a vacuum cleaner bag compacted and then
sounds lovely.
And then dried out.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Just God. It was very dry, and I left. I left going. What was I thinking? But I'm trying to. I don't even know what I was doing because my son didn't have. Like, we were trying to do the right thing for the environment. I'm trying to encourage. We're having like 1 or 2 plant-based meals a week and doing all that. But McDonald's is not the place to go for a plant-based meal.
No, it's not.
If
they're
you're
known
going
for
there,
burgers. They're known for beef, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
I won't make that mistake again.
Yeah, I'm trying to position my camera so that light is. I'm not doing it. It's ridiculous, isn't it? There's these stupid blinds here. Sorry, this all goes in the podcast. This all goes in. Look at these blinds.
Yeah, but look at that window. I'll tell you, beautiful. What's wrong with you? So ungrateful.
Thing on my face.
The problem there is, Alex, your blinds are open the wrong way. If you adjust them the other direction, they'll point upwards. They're now pointing downwards in your face.
Yep. Right, hang on.
Give it a go.
Well, it doesn't matter. We'll sort that out later.
Look
it's
at
fine.
mine though. I've
it's
got
fine.
like some
just
sort
a
of
little bit friendly.
Firework of light on the back of my bedroom, which is
it looks like
interesting.
The second coming in the back of your room.
It's good.
It's like
Game of Thrones.
Draws the eye.
It's quite biblical. Mine is very dull, but
but it's a beautiful view out there, Maya, so it's fine.
Not really.
That'll be great for the podcast. All this visual stuff. I love adding that. So On Monday was McDonald's and cinema. It's a packed day by the sounds of
Monday
it.
was
Dead
top,
Zoo and
top
plugging
mum
the
day.
hospice.
Dead Zoo.
Yes.
Top mum day. Top
Mum
Yeah.
day.
Mum points.
Well, this is the thing,
on
because you
high.
haven't really caught me in a normal week, because it's
Summer
it's like
holidays.
school holidays, and you know,
God help
parenting
us.
and school holidays it's a heady mix.
Yes,
but
that's
it's
right.
great. Yeah, but essentially,
right.
my little boy Tom, he's 7, but he's just a middle-aged man. So he's like, he's very low energy. His favorite thing is lions. He goes, well, wouldn't a lion be great? I go, yeah, it would. So I'm blessed, as the young people say.
Oh, that's quite
Hashtag
that's
blessed
cool.
and all that.
No,
Yeah.
that's cool. Well, we'll move on to Tuesday then, because Monday was Mum Day. So Tuesday, what was Tuesday?
What did I write down? I said Tuesday, West of Ireland work. Oh yeah, Tuesday. I am at the moment. I host a climate change show over here called "What Planet Are You On?"
Nice.
Which is why I try have the old muck plant once every so often.
Vacuum
or at least
nugget.
pretend to. So this is series 3, and we didn't do one last year because of COVID, but this is series 3, and it's essentially a kind of reality show where we challenge 3 or 4, this year it's 3 families, to lower their carbon footprint. So we measure everything in their house. It's kind of, sort of Big Brother style show where, I mean, they're very brave because they make the mistakes that we all make, but they admit to them. So we have smart meters on everything from like their plugs, their toilets, every single device they use. I mean, every toilet flush is monitored, every bit of water they use. And then we have 4 experts in a studio. So we monitor them week by week, 24/7. We even film their showers, everything. And then at the end of the week, I know we have to angle those GoPros.
Yeah.
Quite nice. You know, it's funny though. It's always the dads.
Is
The
this
dads are grand.
broadcast or is
They're
it just for
happy being
you?
filmed, and the camera will not go. Yeah, it's actually a family show. It's a family show. And then once a week, we all meet in a big studio, and I host, and we have 4 experts across 4 categories, and it's water, waste, energy, and diet. And then they score them out of 10. And give them advice on how to lower their carbon footprint for the next week. But it's great because, people at home, the idea is if you even take one thing, like if you're somebody who leaves the tap running when you brush your teeth and you stop doing that because of the show, or you're someone who walks past the loo and flushes it because of the tiny bit of paper in it, and you're wasting, 10 litres of water. People don't really understand all that. So it's great. And I hope it's not a kind of sanctimonious show. I hope it's not. But anyway, this year we're filming reports from around Ireland of kind of positive climate change stories. And I'm a cynical cow, but I have to say, there's been the next generation. I mean, like, I'm in my 40s, and I've met these kind of people in their 20s who are, and they're environmental scientists, and they are very well qualified, and they're spending their Saturday mornings doing river cleanups and things like that. And they're actually they're nice company, and they're funny, and they're not, kind of the sort of hippies would have thought of from years ago. They're really engaged with it. So we're filming these stories from around the country. So on Tuesday, I had to go to the west of Ireland. So it was an overnight there, which is kind of nice. It's,
yeah.
And well, I say a night, we were filming till 11 o'clock. So we got back to our hotel, and there was no food left in the hotel. It's like, oh, the restaurant's shut. So what can we have? So we got this sort of the last pizza left in the fridge, I think, which was very, very welcome at 11:30. So can't say too much. It hasn't gone out yet. We were filming with just local people in the area who were doing kind of very impressive things.
Nice.
In the fight against climate change.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, all for helping it, and it's very educational as well. I mean, I'm sure we could all learn a bit of that. I mean, I guess it's kind of on point, but I have started washing my. I've started brushing my teeth while I'm in the shower. Yeah, I started washing again.
No, that's just lazy lad stuff.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
Listen,
I mean, it's nothing to do with saving the world. It's literally a case of, well, I've just brushed my teeth while I'm in the shower.
Listen, lowbrow adult comedy stopped working for me, so I just jumped on the sustainability bandwagon. That's all it was. Because it's what everyone's doing.
Now you just film families in the shower. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Thing is, though, I'm a huge fan of like moderation and common sense. So I'm not a vegan. I live in the city. I don't have to own a car, but I just think a lot of the finger wagging and the shouting and name calling is very unhelpful. It's a big problem. We got to do something about it. But I think having a kind of moderate approach where you say, okay, well, maybe if you eat meat every single day, could you try and have a veggie curry one day a week, and even that is a big deal for some people. So you know what? I'm an advocate for common sense. I hope.
Alex,
that's so. I know it's so.
Oh no! Well, what?
Well, this isn't going in, but let's leave it.
Yeah, edit this bit out, definitely.
A good friend of mine, previous guest on the show, Lee Brace. Now, he is a comedian. He's very, very funny.
Name it.
But unfortunately, he has become very militant vegan.
A vegan
Every
Nazi,
post is about being a vegan. Yeah.
Oh.
Every post is about being a vegan.
He's a bit shouty,
to the point where
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
You've unfriended him without him knowing. Aww.
Yeah.
What?
This sun cream doesn't have.
Oh, that is so. This is what I mean. This is Mr. Health and Safety. My son is angry because the sun cream doesn't have the lid put back on it.
Oh, I
That's
love
all right.
that.
It's not gonna
Oh, what a cutie! What a cutie!
I just need to like.
Well, hang on. Can you watch your iPad just for like 5 more minutes?
Okay.
Good job.
That's
Honestly,
all right.
He's like, it's just. He said it could fall and spill. It's just dangerous.
Aww.
Oh, he's wonderful.
Well, that's thoughtful. That's thoughtful.
Yeah. No, do you know what? Militant vegans, I just think it's unhelpful. It's like the people. I mean, I spent a year. I absolutely love wildlife. I spent a year. I was meant to go for 2 months, stayed for a year in Borneo running a wildlife project for orangutans 20 years ago. I'm still really involved. And when I came back, I got involved with, because before I went over there, I thought I was very anti-zoos, and I realized, it's actually zoos are really important. Good zoos are really important. So I came back and I changed my mind, and I got involved with a couple of wildlife groups here. This is 20 years ago. But I remember the first day we were helping build this kind of monkey refuge out in Wicklow, and the people who were doing it, they were, like, one of them broke her arm just by picking up something. She just didn't eat properly at all. Like, her bones were crumbling. And I remember we worked all day. We went to, and I got a ham sandwich, and she was so appalled. She went, "How can you not be a vegan?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not going to eat an orangutan." And I just thought, I don't really, these aren't really my kind of people. And they were the kind of people who would be outside, that there was a fur shop in Dublin, and like my grandmother had bought a fur coat there like 50 years ago, but they were throwing paint at people, and I go, you don't really achieve anything by throwing paint at old ladies who bought a mink jacket.
You're going to change people's minds, are you? No. You're not going to change people's minds. You're just going to make them pissed off with you.
It's it's unfortunate that it's not good enough for them. You have to go the whole hog. I mean, it's
all or nothing.
I use the word, I say hog, but fake.
I was like, delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, gross, you say.
But honestly, I think if people were more aware of emissions, if people learn more about emissions, they go, okay, well, do you know what? Maybe I will, and for health as well. If you drive your kids to school and it's 2K away, maybe I could walk 2 mornings a week if it's sunny. Those little things make everyone feel better, and have a veggie curry on a Monday. And maybe try and get your kids to have fish one day a week if you're somebody who just always goes for the sausages and potato. So, anyway, like I said, I'm a fan of moderation, common sense, and saying to people, look, let's just do what's within your means and what's practical. Otherwise, you've lost them already.
Well, that's it. And also, I find a lot of vegans that do that do yell about it and are very militant, are basically preaching to the converted, because they're not. If someone like says a post like about veganism being the way forward, blah blah blah, I can guarantee you the only people that are going to like that post, if it's worded like that, are vegans.
Exactly.
And it's.
But if you say to somebody, here's a challenge, could you do 2 meat-free days, and here's 2 really nice recipes of, like, a vegetarian korma, which will taste almost exactly like your chicken korma. Could you do it 2 days, and you will save X amount of money. And especially people are more concerned about health now as well. And if you take that angle, sorry, yes, my love,
right.
You're fine.
Yes, my love. Sorry, I really need to do this.
When you're done your podcast,
boiling.
Just say I'm done my podcast, okay?
I will. I absolutely will. Okay. Good job. Sorry.
Stop saying sorry. Stop saying sorry. You sound like me.
He's adorable. He's adorable.
I have 3.
No, honestly, do not say sorry.
Have you got kids, Hayley? Oh, do you? Okay.
I have 3.
Hayley had to leave.
3 of them.
She had to leave the podcast one time because someone was outside the door, wasn't it? I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I normally lock the door, and I was just like, I'm going to have to sorry, someone's literally trying to, like, beat the door in. I was like,
do you know what's been really good? And I don't normally get on any kind of feminist bandwagon because I I don't even know where I parked my feminist bound bag. I think I lost it a long time ago. But
So
the good thing
It's
about the
probably
pandemic
parked badly as well, isn't it?
it's parked very badly.
Alex.
Handbrake's not on. Just here's the funny thing. I actually don't drive, but I'm technically a qualified tire fitter because I spent 3 years working in a petrol station. We had to do a tire
Wow.
fitting course, a basic one, not one of the super ones, but So there we go, bit of trivia.
I hope that's on your CV.
Oh God, it should be. God,
It
isn't
should
it
be.
great? When you get to a point in your life where you can take off those shit jobs off your
Yeah,
CV.
all
It's
the crap
wonderful when
ones.
you get
Yeah.
that point.
Well, I'm qualified tire fitter.
But what's great,
Mate.
exactly, semi qualified. But what was great about the pandemic was it kind of showed, because I think so many women were constantly lying about child concerns and child issues and sort of just juggling all the time. And I
Yep.
think it kind of took for men to be at home with kids going, oh, so this is how it is, and
Oh, totally.
remember the thing that went viral with the guy in the BBC whose kids came into the room when he was on his Zoom.
yes,
Everyone, it's hilarious. And now it's just people understand,
It's the norm,
totally
isn't
get
it?
Yeah. The dynamic here has definitely shifted since the pandemic, and it's thank God, because it needed to.
It certainly has.
No.
Anyway, so where were we? That was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday, yeah. Climate
Pizza.
changing
11:30.
pizza, 11:30. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Wednesday,
and
then.
it was
Wednesday, yes.
It's a 3-hour train journey. So I was Wednesday. Then I came back to Dublin, and one of my best friends who used to live in Cuba and is now back in Ireland again, thanks to the pandemic. I met her for lunch and sneaky pints.
Happy
Nice.
days.
Now it looks like I do no work at all, but so yeah, we haven't had your level of heat wave, but we've had it's been lovely here. It's been civilized. Ireland gets civilized heat waves. But it's terrible because my mum was I hate saying was, my mum passed away a few months ago, and it's been a very hard year. But my mum was Spanish, so I got my dad's pale skin, but I'm not like that ginger Irish white. But in Ireland, the second we've a temperature over 18 degrees, they have to open burns units in the hospital because people are so irresponsible. They just go out and they destroy themselves.
Oh wow!
But yeah, Wednesday was lovely. So one of my very best friends, Adele, we went for a lovely lunch, and we had a cocktail, and then we went to a pub called Peter's Pub, one of these old school pubs in Dublin. And on a hot day, they just kind of drag the stools out, and everyone squints in the sun. You'll sit out in the street, sit in the street with a pint for a while. So I did that, and it was absolutely heavenly. And it's quite nice when you walk home slightly squiffy at 6 p.m. when everyone's going out.
You still get a good night's sleep.
I haven't done that.
Yes, perfect.
I haven't done that in quite some time. I really haven't. But then I don't drink so much anymore. So
you should start.
I should really start, shouldn't I?
I drink far, far less, but I get far more enjoyment now from the drinks that I do have, which is
fair enough.
great. It's so middle-aged, isn't it?
It is.
She says with her balloon of... Even this, I say it's vodka and Diet Coke, which is like my 90s drink. It's not. It's caffeine-free Coke, because I'm so old. I go, oh, caffeine-free Coke. I can have it after 6 o'clock and still sleep. Lovely.
Nice.
Lovely time, yeah. You're being sensible. That's the thing.
I like it. So I have a mug of wine.
That is wine. It is wine. What is it? Red or white? What have you got?
Well, it's very hot. Normally, I'm quite liking a red, but it's too hot for red.
Okay.
So it's a Pinot Grigio, which is white. Yes.
Yeah. For a second there, I thought you meant the wine was hot. I thought you'd gone for mulled or something.
Did you? Nope.
Festive, very festive, especially considering that thing you tweeted. Was it yesterday?
And that is moving. That's moving on to Thursday.
Yes,
Thursday. I record my own podcast with my friend Paddy Courtney, who is one of my best pals. Accountant turned stand-up turned actor writer. I've known him for 20 years. He's great.
Amazing.
So we do a podcast called Read the Room, where we just kind of call out people who haven't read the room that week, and it's going very well. But we usually go to this hotel just around the corner from the studio, just for a cup of tea afterwards and a kind of debrief. And in that hotel, I went to the toilets, and what was playing? So I think it was Coldplay singing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." So I was standing Lou going, I was going to do the voice record, but then you can't put a voice record note onto Twitter. I've tried, because I was recording 2 conspiracy theory drunks on the train last week with the voice notes, and I couldn't put it on Twitter. So you've got to use the video. So video in a toilet's not a great look. But yes, they were playing Christmas tunes. And the hotel got back, and they were sort of nebulous. I said, look, was it a glitch? Or, are you on board? And they went, oh no, it was just a playlist, but it was on their
it's not even
playlist in
September.
August. Yes.
Just a playlist.
No.
September it seems to start, doesn't it, in the shops and stuff. But in a hotel, have more class, please.
I know. I'm not right, and I'm Christmas mad. I love Christmas, but not until Halloween's over. I mean, once Halloween is over, then that's it. All bets are off. So November 1st, that's it. I'm all in.
Yeah, November's good.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Good on you. Your podcast is great, by the way. I just like to add that.
That's very kind of you to say.
It's a good one. If you haven't listened to that, please do.
Well, do you know what I did? I started to think about it, and I'm sure you both know this. If as kind of, God, I don't even know if I'm a creative person. I used to be, but as somebody who likes pretending they're creative, it's especially in the last few years when you're a freelancer as well, podcasts, it's like, does the world need one more? Of course it doesn't, but it's actually a really, really good way to just kind of forge a path and get your own work out there and have it sort of on, you can edit it yourself and you have control over it.
Cathartic as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and if people want to find it, they can find it. And it's and actually we've just been asked to do Electric Picnic, which is like our Glastonbury. In September.
Very nice.
And I am now shitting myself because I don't mind stuff like this, but Paddy's got a background in performing and I don't, and I'm deeply uncomfortable being on a stage. But when you're with a pal as well, it'll be fun, and it's a big deal to be asked. So I'll bring a giant bucket of these and
why not? When's that?
September. Or the first week of September,
nice.
Electric Picnic. It's our, like I said, it's our big festival for the year. So
that's nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, good luck with that. That's gonna be fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So Wednesday is Christmas.
That was Thursday, actually.
Thursday.
We are blitzing through.
God, Alex, pay attention. He never pays attention, Maya. Honestly, I just.
Well, you did that seamless.
I know,
you said, "Oh, it's a Christmas tune." It brings me nicely to your tweet, which was Thursday.
It was a complete fluke. I just remember. I
sweat in your eyes.
I don't know what's. Yeah, literally, that is all I've got. I can taste the salty sweat from my eyes in my eyes.
No.
Stop it! No one needs to hear that.
Brian Ferry, the sweat gets in your eyes. It's slightly less sexy, but
it's not quite as especially when it's someone else's. It's not.
Oh, it's Brian Ferry. Brian Ferry. Like you would, wouldn't you, Hayley?
Who? Sorry,
Brian Ferry.
I don't really know what he looks like.
Do you not? Gorgeous.
No. Google him.
Sweat gets in your eyes, as in smoke gets in your eyes.
No.
Now the thing is, he's probably 107 now. But
I think he is.
So what? Google when he was young. Okay.
Brian Ferry, young,
gorgeous. Yeah.
Did he do? Yeah. No, I'm not going to say that out loud because he probably didn't do that song. It's going to make me sound like
no. Go on, because you might be right.
A
right tosser.
No, go on. You might be right. Go on. Did he do what?
You're now wondering whether to say it or not.
Did he do what, Hayley? I can always edit it out.
I can't.
A lot of kind of
I want to say that he did Ferry Across the Mersey, but is it because it's his surname that I'm thinking that?
Yeah, that's because it's his surname.
Why? Why would he do that? Why would he do that song?
I thought it might be funny. I thought it might be catchy. It might help people to remember it.
I'm not going to lie, that's as embarrassing as you feared it might be.
So I didn't say it. You bullied me into saying it. You bullied me.
Hayley,
I feel bullied.
Hayley is younger than us, though, Maya.
Not much younger. Right. Not much younger.
Oh, no, I think you're probably a lot younger.
You're being kind.
Anyway, Google young Brian Ferry, and now it was that kind of David Bowie androgynous. Now, I'm not that old either. Like, I wasn't around for Brian Ferry first time, but I kind of discovered him in that sort of, teenage phase where you're looking back at your parents' old music.
Yeah.
I'll probably Google who sang Ferry Across the Mersey as well, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Well, lots of people did. Who sang?
Not my cup of tea. He looks a little bit like some sort of convict, which is not generally what I go for.
That's actually quite a good.
There's one. This one's nice. He looks schmoozy in that one. Oh, that way.
Yeah, absolute ride.
There we go.
Say here.
An absolute ride. I like that term. I like that a lot.
That's an Irish term. We call someone
I've hit
a ride.
40. I'm like, Brian
Ferry ride. Brian Ferry never looked like a convict. What?
Didn't
and
he?
I actually liked him as a. I liked him as. That's an actual mugshot. What is that?
I don't know. It just says licensable.
Hayley, You've just undone 20 years of a crush. Thanks. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I hate
You're
it when that
welcome.
happens. Hate it when that happens.
What do they call it? The ick factor. You've just given
No,
me
do
the
you know
ick
what it is?
factor.
It's not a mugshot.
Oh.
It looks like a passport photo, like in one of those little photo booths. That's what I'm going with.
How did you? Well, I'm not finding unbelievable.
Young Brian
Strike
Ferry
that from the
images.
record.
Google images. That's it. And then there's this like cute,
No, I'm
little
not.
coochie one
I'm not
underneath.
playing. I'm not.
Nah, so like
Yes,
cash.
he's very
I like
cute.
it.
How did this even come up? Oh, it's because he's got
Don't know.
a song called "Smoke Gets in Your Eyes."
Oh
It's-
yeah, that's where we
when
came
your
from.
heart's on
Sweat.
fire, you must realize smoke gets in your eyes, and
Sweat
sweat
gets
got
in
in
your
Anne's eyes. So that was the connection. It
Alex,
hasn't
it's
worked.
your fault.
It's now all gone.
I know,
It's now
I know,
all
I'm sorry,
gone
I'm so sorry.
tits up, and
Oh.
you've ruined a really more like a 30-year crush. And I just
Sorry,
thanks
you're
for
regretting
nothing.
coming on our
Oh, God.
podcast. I'm so sorry.
I am. I deeply.
Who's your crush then, Hayley? Go on.
I'm what's his name? Who's the man that did the pasta sauces, but was an actor before
You
that?
don't even know his frigging name.
Oh, Paul
I do.
Newman.
Paul Newman. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Or do you mean Lloyd Grossman?
No. Oh, I like his voice though. I do like his voice. No, Paul Newman. Young Paul Newman was
Makes pasta
God.
sauce. Surname ends in
Gorgeous.
man. Interchangeable.
Yeah,
Grossman, Newman.
Could be the same.
Oh,
Could be the
here's
same
something.
person.
I met Paul Newman once.
You did not.
I did. I was 18.
I'm so jealous.
He was in Ireland to open. He was so handsome, but when I met him,
so
he was
handsome.
very, very old. But he was always handsome. But he was also a really good man. One of those people, even after the fact, they'll never know anything awful about him. And he put a lot into this charity called Barrettstown, which is a charity for terminally ill children in Ireland. And he essentially launched it, put all the initial money into it. So there was the opening of Barrettstown, and one of my best friends, who's a piano tuner, was down to tune the piano. There's going to be a band playing, and he said to me, "Do you want to come down?" I was like, "I'd love to come down." I was 18. I was like, "I'll go anywhere with anybody at all times." And Paul Newman was there.
Wow.
So
I love that story.
Yeah, he must.
Have you met Brian Ferry, Hayley?
Not yet. But I do live near a river, so I'm really hopeful.
Okay.
I'm hopeful.
No.
But she saw him punting across the Mersey.
Yeah, running away from the police before he got arrested.
I really hope you get sued by Brian Ferry.
That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? It'd be so funny, wouldn't it?
No.
We'll just bleep his name, like the names that I bleeped when.
Who sang the song then?
We were talking.
You guys are like, you're such a dick, but no one's actually told
know.
me who sings the song. There we go.
I want to say.
Hang on a second. Yeah. Nobody called you a dick.
No.
Nobody called you a dick. I think I said Jerry and the Pacemakers. Jerry and the Pacemakers.
I wanted to say Jerry and the Pacemakers, but I thought I was going to sound like a dick.
I have a feeling Jimmy Nail may have covered it as well. I don't
probably.
I
think lots of people have.
Yeah.
Or Robson and Jerome.
Yeah.
And then there.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Then there was a charity re-record for the Hillsborough Fund afterwards, which is the one we probably all know better. That was in the 80s.
Yeah.
But
that's
anyway.
That's a fun thing to bring up.
Yes. Sorry, guys. Me again. It's always me. This is why Alex invites me here to bring the fucking tone down. Enjoy it.
Well, all I said is that I would still with Brian Ferry, and now suddenly we're on Hillsborough, and it's just I think we should probably just move on.
So maybe, to be honest with you, it might balance it out. I don't think Brian Ferry is going to sue us because
I don't think he is.
You said that you still would, so I mean that's all right. And
oh God, yes. God. Well, Hayley, you can hold his jacket for him.
I'll gladly do that. So Friday,
teamwork.
Friday. What the hell was Friday?
High five! Friday, I spent about half the day writing a pitch for a new show that probably won't happen, that I've been asked to write up, which is kind of half lifestyle, half travel show that I would dearly love to happen.
Oh, fingers crossed.
But when you work in telly, for every 100 things you pitch, maybe 2 might almost happen and then fall at the final hurdle anyway. Yeah. So that is the joy of telly. So I spent a few hours doing that, and then I did more charity stuff. I also am involved with a homeless charity here. So I went to they do a lot of outreach programs. So they also have a couple of houses where people live in between. It's that kind of linked in between rehab and recovery from addiction and going back to real life. And often there's a big gap there where people just have nowhere to go. So if someone helps you get off drugs or drink and then puts you back on the street or says, go find yourself a job and apartment now, there's
sort yourself
you
out.
end up just back where you started. Yeah. So, so I ended up sitting in a garden and a cup of tea with a gang of people who were recovered and on the road to a new life, and it was all very kind of uplifting and lovely.
Amazing.
So that's what I did on Friday.
Nice.
And look, nothing cynical, cynical, just a nice uplifting story.
No, that's good.
A good balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
fantastic work.
Obviously, I mean, it's great. It's great you do stuff for charity. It's fantastic. I mean, are they the only ones you work with, or are there many more?
Alex, I know where you're going with this.
Yes, I do.
Oh no.
No, go on. Keep going.
I don't know. Is there a punchline here? What have I
No
missed?
punchline.
I feel like I've missed something.
It's not to trick you.
It's one of those things that, like, I don't. Okay. I do a fair bit of stuff with wildlife and the Dogs Trust.
There we go. There you go. Dogs Trust.
Is that what you wanted to get to?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to. Yes. Yeah, dogs. Now there's
what?
Apparently, I have a. Whenever I ask a guest to come on, there's always some sort of link, regardless. And it seems to be dogs because I'm a dog person, and most of the guests I get on are dog people. It seems, and
dog.
Hayley's.
Haley's not.
Haley doesn't like dogs.
Haley.
No,
do you not? Do you not like dogs, or are you afraid of dogs? Are you afraid of dogs?
It is neither, Maya. Alex is just saying it.
Oh, now she's
to stir the old shit stick there.
Okay.
Have an issue with dogs. I just don't have a fucking dog. So apparently that means I don't fucking like dogs. I'm not scared of dogs unless they're like.
Well, to be fair,
scary.
Do you know what? I admire people who choose not to have dogs as well.
Yeah,
because dogs are a lot of work, and I grew up with stray dogs, stray cats. So any stray animal was in our home because I had a mum who was a stay-at-home mum, and she was brilliant, and we had a lovely garden. But I'm now in an apartment with a balcony. I'm away a lot, so I simply can't have a dog. People go, "Oh no, you can get a rescue greyhound because they don't need much exercise." I go, "Well, no, it's really unfair." And most of the stuff I do with the Dogs Trust is every bloody year they still have to spend money on a Don't Give Dogs for Christmas campaign. They still have to spend money on this. On the pandemic was a disaster, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry was buying dogs online for 500 quid, meeting in a car park. And you go, "Oh God, why are you doing this?" And in January of this year, there was.
He'll go back to the home.
No, I don't have my numbers in front of me, but there was about got a 40-50% increase in the January dogs being dumped back at the Dogs Trust. And not just the Dogs Trust, the DSPCA over here, and all of the wildlife, all of the dogs charities and shelters. And it's just awful because people don't think. Actually, arguably, a dog is more work than a child. Because I had my son in London, and 8 weeks I was on a plane with him. I just brought him with me everywhere, but I couldn't have done that with the dog.
No.
So I will one day I'll have it. I think maybe when it all goes tits up, I will move out to the country and open a really nice dog kennels.
Oh, that sounds
one where your dogs are going to be very well looked after.
Yeah. No, that'd be awesome. I mean, I don't. Haley, I know.
It's just a shame that Haley hates dogs so much.
I know.
I'm really sorry.
I liked you so much, Haley. And
we were getting on so well.
I'm sure you said you hated
again.
dogs at one point, Haley. I'm sure you said that.
Yeah, I probably did. I'm sure you'll find it in the archives somewhere. No, it's
shame.
Just 3 kids, 7 and under. I don't need a fucking dog.
I know.
Or a hamster.
3 kids, 7 and
or
under.
A snail.
Oh,
I need nothing. I need nothing else to look after.
Don't do it.
Nope.
Don't do
it. Not happening.
Won't end well.
I don't have any kids. Me and my wife don't have any kids. We've just got a pug, and that's it.
That's enough. That's enough.
And there we go.
That's enough.
So
it's enough.
That is enough.
That is enough.
Yeah, we went glamping recently,
Sorry.
and the lady who I booked it with, she went, "Oh, and are you bringing a dog?" And I went, "No." And she went, "Oh, okay. It is a dog-friendly site." And I went, "That's fine." And she went, "Oh, I don't really understand then. I was like, well, we're not bringing a dog. I'm not anti-dogs. And she went, oh, right, you're not scared of them though, are you? Because they will be running around. There'll be lots of dogs running around. I went, that's absolutely fine as long as I don't bite my kids. I don't give a shit.
I think you
I
just
don't
give
wanna be
off this
bringing one.
vibe. You give off this vibe,
What do you
Hayley, of someone who
mean?
doesn't like
Dare
dogs.
you?
Well, she made it sound like you had to bring a dog. Do you remember that? Remember that brilliant single cartoon strip, The Far Side, from years ago? And there was a brilliant one where, you know, on the escalator it says "dogs must be carried," and the guy
Yes.
stands and goes, "Oh!" So he has to go and he finds a dog to carry on the escalator. It sounds like that glamping. Like, no,
Does a bit.
you simply must bring a dog
What do you
to
mean you're not
our
bringing a bloody dog?
glamp
And I'm like,
site.
"Ooh, we're not allowed to come if we don't have one." But we went and it was fine.
Yeah, good. But no, it's great that you're doing all the charity work, and it does sound like a really, really good one that you were involved in on Friday.
Yeah, you sound very disinterested there and dismissive.
I am
not. A lot of work for charity. You know what it is, though? If you have a very small profile, even on social media, it's nice to be able to do something, even if it's just raising awareness for a fundraiser. If you get them another 20 quid, you've done something, haven't you? So
Absolutely. No, that's right. No, good on you.
Don't give dogs for Christmas.
I mean,
don't buy
you're
dogs
talking
online.
to
Thank you very
two
much.
people who have like almost no presence on social media at all. So I think you're putting yourself down a little bit there. That fell flat.
No, you broke up there.
Oh,
that's why.
You both froze.
You could have told me that.
I don't know. I didn't hear. I just you both.
I'll edit it so it sounds really good.
Is loving this. I said you're speaking to two people who have almost zero presence on social media, so I think you're doing yourself a bit of a disservice there.
You broke up again.
Oh, fuck off.
No, I heard her that time.
Oh, that's all right. On mine it broke
Alex,
up. That's why
I heard her that time.
I did text you and say that you have
this
a
is
lag.
great.
It's you,
Can
Alex.
you imagine if imagine what this podcast would be like if we were all in the same room and we didn't have this lag? It'd be amazing.
Well, now I know why your wife doesn't do this with you all the time, because you wouldn't be married.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Lord.
Thank God for co-hosts.
Honestly, the worst episode, if you want to hear it, the worst episode that I tried to salvage was the Greg Proops one, because the delay on that was ridiculous.
Didn't Ross Lee take about 2 days to record it, though?
Oh, Ross Lee took 2 days to record. Yes, that's right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was because of he didn't have he didn't have
doing
a laptop.
Well, Maya.
So
doing well.
Yeah, he's doing very well. He had to use his iPad.
I'm now glancing at the clock going, 2 days, you say?
Yeah. So nice.
Did he not tell you that? Alex?
Well, God. Ooh. Right, so we are going really well here.
Saturday.
So Friday, fantastic. Saturday, we are now on Saturday. Tell us all about
Saturday, we took a steam train.
Whoa.
My son is obsessed with them. I really am kind of the perfect mum. He's obsessed with steam trains at the moment. As you know, Hayley, kids go through phases. And it's either diggers or dinosaurs or something. But now it's old-fashioned trains. He is obsessed. He could name them all. He can tell you the distance from... He goes, did you know that it's... What did you say? X amount of miles from Wyoming to Chicago. I was like, what are you talking about? And he got it exactly right. He's just such a little geek. Sorry?
Oh, is he correcting you? He's correcting her.
He's sitting by the door. Cheyenne, Wyoming to... God bless him. He's sitting cross-legged at the door in silence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love your brain. Your brain is so good.
From Colorado to Wyoming to Cheyenne, Wyoming is 900 miles apparently.
Wow.
Anyway, so we went on a steam train. That doesn't happen very often because they're all based in Belfast in the north of Ireland. But about two times a year, they bring them down to Dublin, and you can book onto them. And oh my God, I thought I could just buy a ticket last minute. And someone said, no, you've got to be online at 10 o'clock on a certain day. And it's a bit like buying a ticket to Beyonce or something. So I was there, refresh. So I got the tickets and we went on the steam train, and it was amazing. And it was all staffed by... I think kind of volunteers. A lot of them were sort of men over 60 who work with the reservation or the Railway Preservation Society of Ireland, and a lot of them were from the north. And there was this guy, and he seemed kind of avuncular and jovial. He had a straw hat on with fairy lights on it, but he got to our table in the old cart, and there's something about a stern Belfast, man, you don't say no to because they're terrifying. And he was like, I'm doing the raffle. Do you want to do the raffle? I was like, yeah, we'll do the raffle. Just take what's
Take my money.
Take my money, please.
Yeah.
It's 3 for €10. So I said, well, here, I have 20. I'll just take. And my sister was with me and goes, everyone's a winner. Everyone is a winner. And when you open your 3 tickets, and then one does say when you might win like a little book or a calendar. And my sister said, I didn't get one. He went, what? And she goes, it's fine. It's not a problem. It doesn't matter. She goes, what do you see? She goes, what do I say about what? Say please. And she went, please.
Oh my
and he gave
God.
her a calendar. And then on the way back, he said, there's a tombola. I was like, just here, just shake me out our wallet. Just take what.
Empty me out.
He was actually very sweet, but it's just something about a stern Belfast accent.
Yeah.
There's, you can't say no, and we didn't say no.
Amazing.
So it was great. So we went to a town called Enniscorthy in Wexford, and the sun shone, and we had food, and Tom went down the carousel, and we had a great time. Then we got the steam train back. Then the steam train broke down. And the other enthusiasts that had done this a lot said, oh no, this happens all the time. And we went to back in Dublin at 7:30 that evening. We got back at midnight, so it was a long day. So we were in bed at midnight eating fish fingers. But it was lovely.
Wow.
It was lovely. It was very nice.
Wow. That's
But it's
cool.
not, if you don't have to get up the next day or too early, it's fine.
It's all right, isn't it?
So we had a lovely day.
Oh, that's amazing. So I love the sinister way tombola was said. I just think that's fantastic. It's like,
And also, I don't even know what a tombola. What is a tombola? There is like a tombola.
It's one of those things where you put the
a
tickets
raffle,
in
but you spin it.
and
Like a drum.
you spin it
it's in
round.
a drum, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just tickets in a box.
Maybe.
He was just coming up with a new name for it. It was a raffle, but we weren't saying no to this man. Right, I'm gonna have to try and wrap it up quickly-ish because
no worries.
Upset. Tom, are you okay, my love? Yeah, okay. We're nearly finished, okay? Sorry.
We are nearly done. Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
cut that bit out.
yeah, that's all right. Yeah, sounds like a great week. Slightly sinister, but sinister tombola on a train is marvelous. So, a good week all
3
round.
for €10. It's fine. I'll take 30.
Everyone's a winner. Yeah, gotta tell your friends about it. Yeah, that's great.
That was more Scottish, to be fair.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
And Scottish is much fun. It's like everyone's a winner. This is like everyone's a winner. It's like no, I don't feel like a winner, sir. I don't feel like a winner at all. But
Bless. Oh well, it sounds like you've had a fantastic week, though, Maya. It really does. Do you have? Actually, there's one question I need to ask because I keep forgetting it. And
what about Sunday?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
What is Sunday? Yeah,
I'm hoping you're going to say Sunday.
Yeah,
because Sunday was my
goodness
birthday.
Me. You can tell us.
It's a sweat.
So, tell us all about Sunday. What happened on Sunday?
Sunday was my birthday.
Yay! Woo-hoo!
And I never mark my birthday because I hate being a centre of attention. So, apart from a joint 21st, I've never even had birthday drinks.
Oh.
And it's quite sad, I think. So I'm now thinking that maybe by the time I get to 50, which will be my next big birthday, I should just go, fuck it, I'm going to have a big party.
Do
maybe
it.
on a plane with the Stern Belfast conductor.
Yeah,
Yes.
he could do a tombola and everyone's a winner and it would be lovely. I just have
Blow
one
out
for my
the
40th.
candles.
I recommend.
But they might explode.
Big party.
Did you? No, I didn't. I didn't do a 40th.
Do it.
Didn't do a 30th. Well, when I turned 40, Tom was quite small, and at the time, like Tom's dad was very into parties, and he liked being centre of attention. Like for his 40th, so as I'm sure you know, Tom's dad is Johnny Vegas, who is very well known in your part of the world. But when Johnny
we're aware
turned,
of him. Yep.
have you heard of him? When he turned 40, when I met him, he's like, my family have never had a surprise party for me, which is like just like okay, so you're saying is you want me to do one for you.
Mm-hmm.
So when he turned 40, he was upset. He's obsessed with rugby league, and St. Helens, where he's from. The stadium was being razed to the ground and rebuilt. And I thought, what do you do for the man who has everything? So I go, so it was his birthday is September. And I rang them in July and said, when are you knocking the stadium down? I think they said, October. I said,
yes.
Could I book it? And everything in the north of England is so cheap compared to Dublin. So I basically booked I booked the function room, but so essentially his 40th was the last ever event to be had in the St. Helens Stadium before it was knocked down. So I got a lot of brownie points for that.
Yeah, you did, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I was actually able to afford it because it didn't cost a huge amount. It probably cost less than taking everyone to McDonald's in Dublin.
Wow.
So it was great, yeah. So he can always say that his
pricey.
40th was the last ever event there.
Yeah,
and then they knocked it down.
Yeah, I definitely think you need
your turn next
blowout
then for 50.
definitely something like that. Yeah, definitely.
But no,
definitely.
but I just don't like even
get Brian Ferry to perform at your 50th.
Yeah, you could book Brian Ferry.
Oh, I'd say he'd be dead by then. Oh, sorry. I hope not. I really hope not.
No, he'll turn up and you'll go, oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you've been you've been filtering your photographs, Ferry.
Never meet your heroes.
I know. Let me see. Brian Ferry. How old is he now? I have a little quick Google here. Brian Ferry. He's 76.
Oh,
he'll be all right then.
That's
be
fine.
Like
yeah, we've got a few more years. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
It's a thought, isn't
it?
Okay. It's a thought.
Well, I know you said you'd hold the coat, Hayley. Maybe you'd have to hold more than that.
Yeah, I think so. Simmer frame, medication.
Yeah, that's not quite what I meant, but there we go.
No, I know. I know what you meant. I know.
I'm trying to keep it clean. Trying to keep it clean for a change.
Good luck.
This is not a clean podcast.
I'll hold these balls up and you do the rest. I think we'll wrap it up there. So Maia, as I say, it sounded like a lovely week. I do hope you get your 50th party blowout, like you said, and I hope it's as eventful.
Well, will you come? You have to both come if and when I do.
That'd be amazing.
Yes, yeah. Do you have
vegan burgers all around?
Yeah, can't wait.
Absolutely.
Right, book us in.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Might be busy that day.
Do you have anything you'd like to promote or boast about or get off your chest or confess to?
Not really. My podcast is called Read the Room with my friend Paddy Courtney, if you'd like to listen to it. If you are in Ireland, my climate change show, What Planet Are You On, will be on for Science Week in October on RTE.
Nice.
You might be able to watch it online from the UK if you can be arsed, but maybe you can't. And aside from that, no, not really. Adopt, don't shop. We love dogs. Bar Hayley, who hates them.
Literally, just
probably has a coat.
Yeah.
It's a coat made of puppy.
Cruella.
Yes.
Call me Cruella.
Hayley's motto is drown them young.
I've been called worse. It's fine. I'm at peace with it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. The dogs aren't, but yeah.
Like a dead puppy.
Yeah. Well, Hayley, do you have anything you would like to add?
Absolutely not. No.
Good on you. Well, Maia, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat with you. It really has. And my thanks to Maia Dunphy. My thanks to Hayley Pettit. I've been Alex Sivright, and that was the week. That was it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so